Hello, my name is Peter Drozdowitz, and I'm here with Dassault Systems, and I'm going to be presenting on optimizing and transforming your design reviews, whether they are SRRs, PDRs, CDRs, and using a model-based design approach. So, just for a little bit of context here, in general, a lot of systems engineering reviews have been pretty not transformative in terms of how they've always been done in the past. And as a result, there's a lot of improvements that can be made when trying to add a lot more digital engineering and incorporate that into your reviews. This includes, remote collaboration, and basically removing a lot and kind of tracing digital artifacts throughout your entire design review process. And these are a couple of things that we'll be able to improve by showing this model-based design review process. So just taking a quick look at all the integrations that we'll be utilizing here. Uh, from the CATIA Magic client or Cameo, we would directly be able to connect that to the 3D Experience platform. And from there on the 3D Experience platform, you'd also be able to import and add in one's CAD and design models to have a fully integrated and fully connected review process across all attributed apps, roles, widgets, and etc. So really quick, I want to kind of go through the actual review process that we'll be showing and the workflow process. So it starts with actually preparing your model views for your actual design reviews. From there, we have an app called the Requirements Engineer, which you'll be able to synchronize your requirements directly from Cameo, CATIA Magic, etc., into the 3D Experience platform. And you'll then also be able to publish your model and your additional model elements into that platform. From there, we have a traceability app. And with that traceability app, we'll be able to take certain system architectures and your solution architectures and trace that directly to your 3D design to see how certain parts and pieces in your SysML models are connected to your actual design CAD models. From there, we'd be able to take a look at what specific tasks are needed to be done with our project management tool and our project management feature. You'll be able to take a look at tasks, take a look at issues, how deliverables are attached to those issues. And from there, you'd also be able to review risk as well with our own specific risk role. Finally, one of the final things is that doing the actual design review within the 3D Experience app. So we have a design validation app, which within that specific app, you'd be able to take a look at your designs, at your 3D CAD designs in real time, create action items and issues affiliated to those designs, and from there directly see how changes and modifications to your designs impact the rest of your traced workflow as a whole. So now that we've kind of gone through the workflow and the specific process, I'm going to actually go ahead and walk you through a specific scenario that's going to show what happens if you do make changes to your model while you notice maybe an error happened in the review. So we'll actually go ahead and start with our native client here. So as you can see right here, I currently have the Innovia requirements open, and on the right-hand side, I have already synchronized requirements that are within the model to 3D Experience. And you'll use that using Cameo's Data Hub. And with Data Hub, you'd be able to click right up here in 3D Experience on Innovia requirements and see that and generate those synchronizations. So now that I've done that, I can actually go take you straight to the 3D Experience platform now, and I can actually show those requirements being synchronized. So as you take a look right here, in the Requirements Editor app, you can actually see all the requirements present that I've synchronized. So moving on from that, in addition to synchronizing your requirements into your actual app, you can also import your model. So this is called our baseline tool. And this is the bookmark editor. And how it works is you can actually take files, both CAD, SysML files, take them and import them into your model so that we can use those elements and potentially trace those elements to see how it relates to other features. So when going into our traceability app, then you'd actually be able to see in real time how certain items within your SysML, within your systems architectures, uh, are correlated and related to certain CAD models. And I'll actually be able to show you this in real time. So if I'm taking a look here and I'm observing the intake pipe here, that is this intake pipe. As you can see, it's highlighted here in the system architecture. And then I'd be able to actually click the intake pipe on the traceability side, and you would be able to see where in the CAD model that specific part is affiliated to, which is a really incredible feature of this traceability app, and one additional part that is going to be very useful when conducting your design reviews. Moving forward from traceability, you would actually also be able to create issues directly within this traceability app if you've noticed any incorrect items, or you notice that maybe something in the system architecture needs to be modified. But depending on where you are in your system design review process, for example, if you're in a CDR, you wouldn't necessarily need to be making as many changes there at that point. The next thing I'm going to be showing is this project management phase, and what you can do here is track some of the tasks and items that it is that you'd want to be working on. So I'm actually going to go ahead here and open one of these gates to kind of show you some of the things and items that you could put within your design review tasks. So as you can see here, I've opened up a specific gate, and in this gate we have a list of design review tasks that need to be accomplished. So cost estimate, baseline documentation, and all of these things are checklists and items that need to be kind of followed and through. And from there, you'd be able to check those tasks off and make sure things are accomplished. In addition to that, you can also take a look at risks and some of the other items here. So you can see directly affiliated issues, as well as you can also click on risks and see what risks are related to certain items. In this case, we've created a risk, and in this risk, we can take a look and see, what is the current error here. So it looks like with this risk we've generated is that we have to review the pump inlet diameter, as it may be too large for what the requirements have asked for. So by taking a look at that, now you can go back to your next tab here, see how this risk is affiliated in your heat map, how it gets broken down, and then you can actually take a look at what the specific item is in your action item management. So you can assign a person to this and have them work on it and send the deliverables in for when they accomplish it. Moving on from there, you'd actually be able to take a look at the specific designs themselves. And with those specific designs, you'd be able to create highlights and see what specific items need to be worked on to ensure that your whole project passes the design review. So as you can see here, this person took a look at the outlet feature and and they're working on comparing it to the requirements to ensure that this action item that they have set up is going to be fulfilled. And from there, you'd actually be able to take a look and see kind of how certain items are connected to the rest of the model. So this is called the digital thread tab. And how it kind of works is you can just see how everything gets related. So it's essentially similar to a relation map within CATIA Magic. And you'd just be able to see, okay, this highlight that I've created is affiliated to this part. How is this part connected to the rest of the model? And you kind of trace it all the way back to, your traceability tab and those items affiliated in that architecture. Finally, another really awesome feature for these design reviews is collaboration, right? So as this design review is going on, people will be able to post in real time some of the issues they're finding, or if they have certain comments on certain design items, they could be, hey, I have a problem here. What is something that we can do to fix this? And it's another awesome feature if you were to focus on creating completely remote design reviews, because now everyone would be able to communicate on the platform in real time. they'd be able to send you links to certain items that are in those tabs, and specific roles of people would be able to work on whatever corresponded items that they need to work on. And this whole workflow goes all the way back as the way it came. So if I'm going to go back here to this slide here, as you can see from this design review, you'd be able to update the 3D model, see the impact on your system architecture, and then from those associated changes, update your system architecture only if necessary, and then the process moves on again. But if you go through the entire design review and you notice that the design gets approved, you can just close the review task and move on from there. So this whole dashboard works in full circle and fully integrates your design reviews so that they can finally be done without needing to do fully in-person depth reviews, having to grab all these people in from all these subject matter experts and all bring them into a single room. Now everyone can do this digitally in real time while making sure that every single project and item is traced back to its original source of truth, which in this case, we're starting with our system architecture that is within CATIA Magic. So this was kind of a walkthrough on a certain scenario on if you had, a certain item and you wanted to create an action issue on that item, and how you would use both CATIA Magic and the 3D Experience platform to achieve that. Once again, I'm Peter Drozdowitz, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you so much.